They're aura farming. They're looks maxing. They're mewing their way to a contention.
Stick talk. 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 Stick talk.
And hockey.
Hockey.
Yes, sir.
Welcome back, everyone. This is episode 107 of Stick Talk Hockey. As always, I'm your host, Tico. This is my co-host.
I'm yours truly.
Over there, we got our producer.
Mr. J.
And we are here. It's Sunday afternoon right now. We got hockey on, playoff hockey on. Playoffs are well underway. What a time to be alive.
What a time to be alive. Man, these series have had a lot to offer.
No doubt. I think it's crazy. Thankfully, the Ottawa Senators staved off the sweep last night, because that would be crazy if we were here 1 week apart from the playoffs not having been played for the Leafs to them on to the next round.
Right? Honestly, it's kind of, while we're just pivoting straight into it, I saw a stat last night.
Yeah.
It's quite interesting.
Yeah.
2 and 12 in series clenching moments.
Yeah.
In their superstar era.
Yeah.
Woof.
I mean, look, it would be hilarious. It would be the most quintessential marker of this Leafs era if they were to collapse this 3-0 lead.
Oh God, I hope not. I hope not, for Ben's sake.
Yeah, shout out to Ben.
Just for Ben's sake.
Who you went back on. You went back on Ben's request.
I did. I'm so sorry, Ben. And just to make right on your request, on your beautifully handwritten letter in crayon, which we should have framed.
Yeah, we should. Ben.
And we will. I'm going to just go on a ledge and say the Leafs are choking this in 7. So, yeah, there you go.
Feel better.
At your request.
Yes, we did get a nice handwritten letter from Ben last year telling us, please never pick the Leafs again because you're a curse. And maybe we are.
Honestly, sure. Yeah.
Yeah. So first of all, I'm just happy that now, like, it's 3-1, but now at least it's a bit of a series.
Yeah, definitely. And the Sens actually had pushback. They were actually getting after it for a change.
Yeah, they played a really good first period last night. Jake Sanderson gets kind of his crowning moment so far as a Senator. You know, that's a big moment and a big goal.
Yeah, there was a couple big moments for defensemen across the league in the playoffs this week.
Yeah, 100% there was.
That's awesome to see, and I love Sanderson. He deserves it.
Yeah.
He's, in my opinion, a very underrated defenseman. I don't think he gets nearly enough talk as he should.
It's coming.
It's coming. It's for sure coming.
100%. I mean, this series so far, the Leafs really surprised me out the gate. Like the first game in particular, just how businesslike they were.
They really got after it. Like they were.
Yeah.
They seemed like a team that had veteran presence as opposed to a team that couldn't find footing.
Yeah, they looked like a veteran team, 100%. And in a series against such a young Ottawa Senators team, I mean, that alone, I think, was the difference maker. And then you get the overtime goals. You have the composure. I mean, I won't be shocked if this is a quick one. However, shout out to Ben, Sens in 7.
Shout out to Ben, Sens in 7. Just for you, buddy. But
yeah, just for you, brother.
I've really enjoyed watching this Leafs team go about their business.
Yeah.
They haven't been getting sucked into too much of the cheap stuff.
No.
The Sens have really, really been trying between the plays to drag them down, and they're not letting them.
No.
They know they're the better team, and they're just not giving them a chance to build momentum off of any BS in between whistles, and that's what I love.
It's funny, we've been very, very busy for the Leafs games down at my workplace. And, going into overtime, I like to ask all the people, like, who's your winner? Who's your winner? Who's your hero? And I'm getting a lot of Tavares and a lot of Nylander lately. A couple of Marners. I find it very interesting how little Leafs fans have faith in Austin Matthews being their goal scorer.
It's been interesting, but I think it speaks a lot more to his game evolving into a 200-foot game this year. I think last year he was so driven on providing the scoring.
Yeah.
and realized that didn't change enough going down the stretch.
Sure.
And when you see a guy like Sasha Barkov
Yeah.
commanding a series as a shutdown center
Yeah.
and just scoring when and where he can, as opposed to looking for it 24/7,
Sure.
it changes the outlook of a playoff series.
Yeah, that's understandable.
So I could see him adapting his game a little bit and moving to more of a 200-foot space. He's been shutting down the slot beautifully. He hasn't had too many defensive shortcomings.
It's true.
I
personally think that, like, you could very well be right. I wouldn't be shocked at all if that's what he's trying to do. However, I don't think that would be the right move for him.
It's
Like, he's so elite at scoring. I don't think he'll ever be as elite as a two-way player as he is as a scoring threat.
I totally agree, but I think that with the amount of pressure the Leafs build anyways,
Yeah.
like, they're going to get enough Austin Matthews scoring just off that power play. And that power play, I have to say, is probably the grossest power play I've ever seen since
Yeah.
maybe the Bolts runs back then. When you
Well,
had Stamkos,
yeah.
Kucherov, Gensel.
Even for me, the Bolts last year. But yeah.
Yeah, exactly. But I mean, like, it's just been gnarly.
It's been unbelievable.
You got
yeah.
Marner, Nylander, Tavares, Matthews,
Yeah.
and Riley
Yeah.
all at the same time.
Disgusting.
Ah!
I know. The Olmark just swimming out there.
And when you don't have Riley, you have OEL, and he's got a laser of a shot. Hello, there's a goal from the Blues. The Jets Blues are on as we speak.
Damn,
Now it's a
all right.
2-1 Blues game with that series tied 2-1. Anyways, back to the Leafs.
I'm excited to get back to get to that series.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I've had enough of seeing OEL.
I've had enough of hearing his tires get pumped.
Me too.
He's
And you know, look, obviously, like, people in Canucks world are getting all like, why did they let OEL go, right? And same thing with Kuzmenko. Why did they let Andrei Kuzmenko go? And it's like, yeah, I get it, but like OEL at $3 million is fine. When you're paying him 10, it wasn't.
100%. I mean, that's exactly it.
Same thing with Kuzmenko. Even like Kuzmenko at with all the retention, I think he's at like $2 million now. That's fantastic.
That's a risk you can take.
Didn't like him at 6.
No, God, no. Hell no.
Yeah.
Maybe now, maybe if he can keep going the way he's going and carry that for another season, I could see the justification of keeping the same pay raise, but
I could as well. But that's still one of those things where he's just been such a perfect fit in LA that LA's the only one that should give him that. You know what I mean? Like,
I think LA's the only team that can actually shelter him enough
Exactly,
to let him
yeah.
play his game.
well, like, look who he's playing with. He's playing with Kopitar and the other fellow, whoever it is right now, I can't think of the name. Who like you don't have to worry about defensive results when he's on the ice. You just have to let Kuzmenko be Kuzmenko.
Yeah, and
Not
I
a
mean,
lot of teams can do that.
no, 100%. When you're able to just let a guy lean into his strengths and forgive his shortcomings in entirety because you have the skill,
Exactly.
that's very
Special.
lucky. That's special is the word, yeah.
Indeed. So yeah, wrapping up here on the Leafs. Sens and 7.
Yeah.
I got you, Ben.
Sens and 7, wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Got
Jay-
you, Ben.
You have any big feelings there?
Honestly, I was pretty shook after that first game.
Were you?
I was like, damn. And then they went down 2-0. I was like, yeah, it's over.
Yeah.
I'll help out the guy, Ben.
Yeah.
Ottawa's taking this.
Yeah.
They're taking game 5. They going back to Ottawa. Barnes going to be bumping.
Yeah.
Then we're going back to game 7. Sens and 7.
We know what happens in Game 7. Battle of Florida next. The latest series to kind of get going. It didn't start till Tuesday night, but they've caught up now. It's a 2-1 series lead for the Florida Panthers. Tampa Bay showed up in a big way yesterday,
Yeah, did they ever?
and they needed it.
100%. They were getting bullied.
They were indeed getting bullied.
I've never seen the Bolts get bullied like that.
Yeah. that's the one where I felt like, Jay, how you just said about like the Senators. You were like, oh, like when I picked the Bolts. I still don't hate the pick. Bolts could win this series. It's 2-1 series. But like I watched game 1 and 2 and was like, oh, this is that Panthers team.
Yeah, they're mean and they're rested.
Yeah, and the injuries, like everyone's back and everyone's humming and oh no. Oh no.
When I saw them resting half of their lineup going
Yeah.
into the last 3 games of the season, I was like, oh, that's actually a bad sign.
That concerned me greatly. I was very concerned about, taking some time off and then not being in the right flow and not having your pregame routines down and whatever it is. Nope.
Not with this team. They're ready.
Nuh-uh.
They just have a light switch.
It's ridiculous.
They remind me so much of the Caps, just in the sense that they can just go.
Yeah. And I mean, those first 2 games, they just like they gave Tampa nothing. They gave them nothing.
Nothing but brutal body checks.
Yeah. Yeah. It was a treat to watch. I'm starting to feel like I think the winner of this series will be in the finals.
I agree. This is a powerhouse series. I was so excited for it out of the gate. I mean, the storylines, like we said last episode, are just so juicy. You can't write this any better.
And I feel like it's rare you get those nowadays. Like actual geographical rival with a playoff matchup history.
With actual rosters that are still valid
With
and
great
contending.
rosters, yeah.
Usually, if you get that divisional rival, it's a lot more like the Leafs and Sens, where it's like, oh, this is
Yes.
just a whomping.
Yeah. Yeah. Divisional rival, geographical rival, playoff rival over the last few seasons. I mean, like, it's just great stuff. It's just great. It's just great stuff. To me, this has been the best series in the East so far. And I don't even know where to stand on it. I just can't wait to see more of it.
Same. And it's been a brutal series. You got Hagel suspended for a game with a late, well, not even late. The dude never touched the puck.
No. Yeah, it's hard to call it late.
Just drove the shoulder through the chin. Was like, yeah. I couldn't believe the Bolts fans in the chat. They were like, he was right there. He was playing the puck. No, he has to touch it, you frickin' morons.
No suspension for Kachuk or no supplemental discipline at all.
That one was clean, though.
Yeah,
like,
I had no problem with that.
I saw all of the fans from the Bolts going crazy. Oh, how could you give Hagel a game, but you can't go back and give Kachuk a game? That was a high hitter. It's like, yeah, but here's the crazy thing. He had the fucking puck. He actually touched it before he got laid out.
Yeah, I agree. I agree.
It's just basic rules. I don't fucking know, dude.
So I think I had Bolts in 7. I'm still riding with it. Panthers, I'm terrified. Panthers, like I said, you had them going to the final. I had the Bolts going to the final. Whoever gets out of this series is getting there, I think. And I feel so bad for those poor Leafs. They finally get, this kind of softball opponent. No offense. And like the rest of the East doesn't look terrifying. Like, do the Hurricanes or the Devils look horrific to you?
No.
Or not horrific, horrifying?
Like,
no.
We'll get to it.
We
but
will.
The Canes only strike fear in me because the Devils are
Or where they are.
fucked with their injuries.
Exactly.
But we'll get there.
And I mean, do the Caps or the Habs really strike a ton of fear into you?
Like, the Caps they've been really strong, but I don't know, like, the way that they've let the Habs back into the series and into every game almost.
Yeah.
It hasn't been the throttling I expected.
Nope. Absolutely not.
Like, I knew the experience was going to outshine the talent and the speed.
Yeah.
But I didn't expect the speed and the talent to dance around the experience so much.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. And so, I mean, for those Leafs, I mean, they're gonna have to go through either that Lightning or Panthers team, and good luck to you, because both those teams look horrifying to me.
Yeah, I mean, that's just super, super goddamn unfortunate that the one team that they're gonna take is the wagon that's probably gonna make it to the finals.
Yeah. This playoff has been really something to me. Like, so far, I mean that when I say that, like Carolina, New Jersey, Montreal, Washington, and honestly, even throw in Dallas, Colorado, and LA, Edmonton. And I'm looking at like the teams that barely missed out. Like obviously I'm thinking as a Canucks fan, but even Calgary, Utah, I don't think like they couldn't keep up in these playoffs.
No, I don't think so either. I mean, Utah showed me what they were made of.
I know, yeah.
They're a fun team, and I wanted them to make it because they're fun and young.
They'll make it next year.
Yeah, but they're not quite there yet. It
Yeah.
just is what it is.
I feel like there's a much lower gap between like should be here and shouldn't be here this year.
Definitely.
Like a much smaller gap, I mean.
And there's a lot less of that like polarizing moment when you go, oh shit, okay, yeah.
Oh,
like,
okay, yeah. This team can't hang.
The teams you were humoring last year,
Yeah.
that ended really quick. You're like, I could humor a run here, and by the third game, you're like, never mind.
Never mind. Yeah.
I'm an idiot.
Brooms. Jay, how are you feeling still on Panthers Tampa?
I picked Tampa in 6.
Yep.
And honestly, I still think they're gonna win.
Yeah.
Like that first game was brutal,
It was.
but honestly, the only difference in this series is a 1-0 game right now,
Yeah, that's true.
or 2-0, whatever it was.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I'm sticking with Tampa.
Sticking with it. I like that.
Valid. I think I had the Panthers in
You did.
6.
You did, yeah.
I'm gonna stand in that.
Yeah.
This is exactly how I thought the series would shape out.
I like it. Caps up 2-1. Look, I'm so happy that the Montreal Canadiens came out and had a buzzing game 3 at home.
Ugh, me too.
How great is the Bell Center?
It is like it's a movie moment.
It is.
That's the only thing you could describe it as. The playoffs are just insurmountably better.
Yeah.
When the Habs play.
There's no question about it. Those crazy French motherfuckers. They Tabernacle. I mean, look, that arena in the playoffs is likely the best experience in all of hockey.
And the thing I admire the most about the Habs faithful is when you go to any other building with any other series that's this freaking lopsided.
Yeah.
You feel the antsiness.
Oh, yeah.
You feel the anxiety ricocheting off the walls.
Big time.
7 times over.
Big time.
It was just pure energy at the Bell Center.
Yeah.
Pure positivity, elation, joy for the game, pride in the city, pride in the team, pride in the youth. Like, that's what we love to see from fans of Stick Talk Hockey.
Yeah, 100%.
I was a little disappointed with the Prude. They were acting a little prudish.
Well, yeah.
But I mean, anxious times in Devil's territory.
Of course.
But the Bell Center shows up and shows out, and that's what I love to see, especially with a young team. No, you're not going to win the cup. Who cares?
Sure.
Give those kids some jet fuel. Let them know what it feels like.
So those players, they'll remember that.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
And they'll carry that. And that'll be
that.
what they remember into next season, into game 40, into that tough stretch of 60, into 70 and 80. And that's what will propel you to make the playoffs over and over and over again. Because now you have that hunger, that realization of, oh, this is what hockey's about.
Yes,
indeed. The 82 before that, that's hockey.
Yeah.
But this is real goddamn hockey.
Indeed. Couldn't have said it better.
Ain't nothing like it.
No. Truly. Logan Thompson, woof.
Tough.
That goes down, Dylan Strome falls onto him, kind of gives him the cross check, but like that's not really what the problem. It puts the weight down as his knee kind of twists. It looked really, really, really bad.
As someone with knee injuries, I flinched.
Logan Thompson's at morning skate this morning.
Currently listed as a game time decision for tonight's game 4.
Shocking.
Sam Montembeault out tonight.
Wow.
Jacob
Dobish.
He's getting the start for Montreal.
You want to know something crazy? I'm in a goaltenders group on Facebook, GGSU. If other goalies are out there listening, you probably know it's a pretty big group. And there's lots of posters that post often, right? It's all types of goalie stuff, goalie tips, setups, all types of stuff.
Yep.
This dude that comments in there all the time, I've seen him all the time, was the emergency backup goalie for Montreal the other night.
Oh, amazing.
Got pulled up into being the e-bug.
That's so
wild.
funny. I love that.
Yeah, that was a crazy game. Both starters gone. Womp womp.
Jesus.
One of the wilder ones I've watched, and I'm hoping because they're playing tonight, right? So this will be
3:30.
3:30. So this series will be either 2-2 or 3-1. When we or 3-1 when this episode comes out. I can't wait to see how it goes either way.
I'm really excited. I still got Caps in 5.
Me too. I think that's what I had.
A trio of Caps in 5.
We
indeed.
all had Caps in 5. Are you still riding with that too?
No.
Oh,
Montreal's gonna win
Oh.
tonight.
wow.
Let's go. I
Um,
hope so.
I Washington's man, such fake demons over there.
I think I agree with you.
They're so like, I think they're still gonna win. I don't even know if I think that if Logan Thompson's out,
He's
For
been
real?
so good for them, honestly.
He
I
saved
just-
their bacon in the first game. He made some huge saves.
There's been moments where they've like real deal let Montreal run around.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
That's what I was saying at the beginning. Like,
Yeah.
I couldn't believe that they were getting to the inside so much.
Yeah.
I really thought the experience of the Caps was going to push them to the perimeter. No.
St. Louis
Wow.
on the board as we speak.
3-1 Blues. Jeepers Creepers.
I don't know. Washington has just been so uninspiring.
Yeah.
Like in that first game, they were pretty good for like the first 50 minutes. Where I was like, okay, I feel good about my Caps and 5 pick.
Sure.
But like to let Montreal get that game into overtime
Yeah.
Mhm.
and then to squeak out another one where like another very close game in game 2.
Yeah.
I don't know.
No.
It's exactly what I'm thinking with the Leafs and how we started the show.
Sure.
Capitals are playing with their food right now.
Yeah.
And y'all need to knock it off because Montreal ain't the team to be played with. There's
No.
too much X factor.
Exactly.
There's too many question marks, too much speed, too much youth.
You don't want to accidentally let him in.
No, absolutely. And I mean, I will say I still am sticking with Caps in 5 because unfortunately Dobish, I believe, is like 0-7 in his last 7 starts. So
Wow.
frickin' yikes. He did not have a good back end of the year with Montreal. Anytime Montembeault Bolton needed a rest or was slightly hurt, he was nowhere to be seen.
Yeah.
Honestly, I feel the same way about Charlie Lindgren though.
Yeah.
I don't think that guy is very good. And you know what? Honestly, the Habs are going to win in 7. Capitals.
Wow.
Hey, okay.
Wow.
Okay.
Pittsburgh faithful standing proud.
Yeah.
Yeah, you were saying that
I
like
was feeling envious.
it kind of re-bolstered some of that Caps hate.
Yeah, I was. I'm really a big Montreal fan right now.
Honestly,
Real
I am
shit.
not. I don't think there's. Actually, maybe that's a lie. But that's one of the series I'd be happiest to see go against the way I picked.
Same. 100%. I would love the storyline, and I'd love to see the youth of Montreal get to round 2.
Yeah.
As
100%.
a Devils fan that experienced that 2 years ago, special moments.
Indeed.
You know you're not going to make it to the finals, but you don't give a shit.
Yeah.
It's the first time you've experienced a playoff win in what, like a decade?
No.
Well,
I
no,
mean,
I guess I mean they. But if we're not counting the bubble bullshit,
see,
then,
I don't
like,
count the bubble. However,
see,
like Habs fans are delusional, and they do think because of that bubble run where they went to the finals
That
that they
they're-
could also do that again.
whatever.
We'll see.
I
You
don't
said
believe
the
that.
devil. You said the Devils though.
Yeah, I mean the Devils 2 years ago
Yeah.
showed up and they beat New York
I don't. Yeah.
and then they blew it to the Canes.
Indeed.
And like it was
And
just so
now-
exciting either way. I didn't care.
We're in the rematch.
So much trauma.
Carolina and the Devils. Yeah, that picture we'll put it up of like Luke Hughes and Is it Dylan? It looks like it's in a war zone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They look like they're coming out of the trenches.
Just horrific scenes for New Jersey. This is just the most unlucky season I think I've seen from them ever, maybe.
It might be.
Yeah, just injury after injury after injury. And you know what? They played hard. It was a gutsy win for them the other night.
It was a gutsy win, and
Yeah.
thank God that Siegenthaler returned to the
Yeah,
lineup,
yeah.
because if they were out with Dylan and Hughes being reevaluated, that's such a problem.
Yeah.
And shout out to the boy. I was glad they got him when they got him, and he proved why they got him. Brian Dumoulin
Yeah, Brandon
held
Dumoulin.
that down.
Yeah, didn't he
vet
play like
moves.
35 minutes?
Vet plays,
Yeah.
and the bullshit he was pulling. The Devils iced the puck, and he took a minute and a half to get back to the face-off dot.
What a baller.
Oh my God!
Is that another Blues goal over there?
Hella fraud.
Hella fraud.
That's Jordan Kyrou.
Hella fraud.
Is he punching through the glass? We'll get there eventually. But yeah, look, like the Devils have been
Devils are cooked.
terrifying. Thank God that they're getting some guys to show up in a way that they haven't yet. You got Nemec scoring the game winner unassisted with a beautiful move.
Mm-hmm.
Colossus it through the arm,
Bro said never send me back to the AHL.
and I believe it. You know what?
Yeah.
You've got a lover in me forever. I take back my hate.
Hurricanes in 5.
I was very doubtful of Nemec and his long-term station with the Devils, but
Yeah.
after that moment, he might be my new Henrique. I was special.
Shout out to Adam Henrique too. What a
But-
beauty.
God, I hate this series. I hate playing the Canes.
Canes
I
in
hate
5.
watching the Devils play the Canes.
Yeah.
I hate it. I hate this. I still stand by what I said. The Canes haven't moved me. They haven't impressed
No,
me.
I was just about to say they're not moving me right now.
I don't stand with Devils in what I say. Devils in 5 in my bracket. That was nonsense, but that was a fan pick.
Mhm.
Realistically, I probably have Canes in 6 or 7, but the Devils are going to make a stand. They're going to push. I don't think they're going down that easy. Markstrom's been phenomenal,
Yeah, he's been great.
but we really need to address the circus that Game 2 was. Just in the 30-second play where Hughes goes down. Like, okay. I assume no one's seen this play because who's
Okay.
going to watch a Devils Canes series? So
Sure.
I'll break it down for you. Turnover in the neutral zone. Canes come back in. Shot on goal. Juicy rebound. Luke Hughes catches a frickin' edge, takes himself through the crease, slams his already bad shoulder that was injured in preseason straight into the ice and into the net, and he just turtles in behind the goal line for
Nice.
like 10 seconds. You're like,
Solid.
and then after he gets his ass up and out of the net,
Yeah.
Cody Glass comes in to fill in for him. Dive bombs the crease to take the man in front. And to his dismay, Markstrom has taken exception to the guy up front as well. And completely slashes Cody Glass across the
Nice.
forearms. Drops him like a sack of shit. So now
Okay.
you got Dylan out from the first period to be evaluated.
Indeed.
Hughes out in the second to be evaluated.
Indeed.
And Glass out for the rest of the game. I thought
Indeed.
I thought he broke his arm. The way he went down, I was
Yeah.
like, holy shit.
Yeah.
Like he caught him with the edge of the stick. It wasn't the flat.
Friedman called him Tanner Glass too, which is just insult to injury.
That's mean as shit. I mean, yeah, he's a little bit of a fragile guy.
Yeah.
But thank God he came back for game 3 because did you see his face-offs in overtime?
No.
7 for 7.
I'll bet. I like to see that.
God damn.
Yeah, it's not going to save them, Joe.
You know what? Let me have one. Let me have one. Because I'm going to have to come back here in a
Yeah,
week
Yeah.
and sulk about how all of these injuries finally caught up.
yeah.
Hughes is probably done for the season. They're not going to admit it. That's a bad shoulder. He went hard. I'd be
Well,
so
I mean,
goddamn shocked.
yeah.
Also, I'd like to see Seamus Casey get a game. Like, if we're losing, at least put that guy in.
That's very fair. Luke Hughes, though, I mean, if you're done for a week, you're done for the season. So
That's exactly it. I mean,
Womp
Jack Hughes is
womp.
already done with the same injury. Like, kill me. Kill me. Vomit on the mic.
Quinn shouldn't go there.
You know what? Keep that kind of
No, there's something in there. There's something in the air over there that hurts Hughes's.
I actually have a theory that the Devils need to fire their equipment manager and their skating coach.
Yeah.
Because this is a little track, like a track stat that the Devils fans have been keeping track of in their Reddit group
Okay.
all season.
Sure.
Unbeknownst to the rest of the league.
Okay.
The Devils have found a way to fall over 3,000 times in 82 games without being touched. Now keep in mind, we only track this stat when they're standing,
Interesting.
skating, and fall without being hit.
Okay.
3,000 times.
Wow. Is
They-
that excessively more than league average?
I mean, when you consider they've managed to fall almost 600 times in the span of a month
It looks like
untouched,
they're falling everywhere.
they look like a
honestly.
junior team.
So, do they think that's like skates?
I mean,
Like
they
the
don't.
skate
The
sharpening
Devils
guy?
don't even address it.
Well, yeah.
But like the fans, like a lot of
are
us are like,
noticing, yeah.
that-
But no,
we're-
I mean,
we're noticing.
do the fans think it's like, is it like the skate sharpening guy?
see, I want to lean to skate sharpening or like the equipment that they're using or how they're managing it, something along those lines. Because if it was the Devils ice that was doing it,
Yeah.
it wouldn't happen on away games too. So either the ice sucks so bad that you're learning to skate on ice, and the second you get to anything better, you have absolutely no idea how to hold an edge, or
Something's going
your
on.
skate sharpening dude just fucking blows or is using a stone that's 30 years old. I don't know what's going on in that room,
Sabotage.
but it is terrible.
Lou Lamoriello's paying off the skate sharpening guy.
I maybe like I'll come back to the pod next week
Yeah.
and I will give you the Instagram page that puts together the montages of it. I think it's called
Alright.
Devils Fanatics HQ or something.
All right.
This-
I'm intrigued.
This guy went through and found every slip and fall from every month and put
Yeah.
them together. And it is it's painful to watch, dude.
I buy it. I buy it. Jay, you still riding with the Canes?
Definitely.
That's all we need to say, really. I think.
I'm holding
you
out
wa-
for
have
my
you-
boys.
Have you had a lot of eyes on this series, Jay? I certainly haven't.
No, I watched the highlights of Game 3.
Yeah.
I said this in the group chat. I liked how the Devils fans showed out,
Mm-hmm.
but it's still Canes in 5 for me.
All right, let's get out to the West here. We got Vegas and Minnesota. Now, Minnesota, that series is tied up at 2. And Minnesota showed out last night.
They're aura farming. They're looks maxing. They're mewing their way to a contention.
Yeah, possibly. Look, everything that Minnesota needed to be to win this series, they've been.
Absolutely. Boldy showed up. Kaprizov showed up. And
yeah.
Ek showed up.
Yeah.
And that's what I was banking on.
And
That
that's
was
what
the
you- and-
aura that
and-
I was believing in.
Honestly, Gus has showed up.
Yeah, 100%,
Yeah.
which was shocking to me, honestly. I don't have a ton of faith in him yet. He
Nor
hasn't
do I.
earned it in my books.
Yeah.
But very nice to see.
Now I'm still down with my take. I'm still high on Vegas here, and I think Vegas is gonna find a way to close out this series. But I'm actually gonna be like kind of sad about it if that's the case, because it's really hard for me not to like what's going on with this Minnesota team.
I think they have a super strong future ahead of them.
Pure, yeah.
And especially, like, it's so overlooked. I mean, it's been over-drummed and over-talked about, but suddenly, I don't know, short-term memory happens and
Yeah.
recency bias in the NHL happens so
Sure.
often. They're just getting out of those Parise and Suter contracts.
Yeah, they're
They're
getting
gonna
out
have-
of cap hell now.
They're going to have money to blow next season with the cap
Yeah.
going up, with no retention anymore, with no, what is it called? Not retention, buyouts. Thank
buyout.
you. No buyouts left. That's going to be huge.
Yeah, absolutely.
And if you have these 3 massive play drivers locked up long term, dog, it looks good. It
Be
looks
scared.
good over there. They got their starting goalie figured out.
Yep.
They got their top 2 starting D figured out.
Yep.
They have, honestly, their top 4 when you factor that Spurgeon still probably got 3 years in
Yeah,
him.
you can get some years out of Spurgeon
He's-
probably.
Unless he has another earth-shattering injury, which
Yeah.
knock on frickin' wood, because I love that guy, and he's had way too many. Like that dude deserves to play a full healthy season and
Love
make
Jared
a cup
Spurgeon.
run. Yeah,
Love Jared Spurgeon.
one of my favorite unsung defensemen.
Yeah. Jay, I know you were feeling some regrets.
Yeah, I'm so upset with myself.
Wow,
I'm so upset.
for picking Vegas.
Yeah,
Elaborate.
I mean, they won yesterday. It's 2-2.
Indeed.
It's anyone's series.
Yeah.
But right now, I think Minnesota's gonna win,
Yeah.
and I'm just so rattled because I
I could tell by the tone of your text when you were sending them how upset you were with yourself.
Vegas is so mid to me.
Yeah.
If Vegas wore Carolina Hurricanes jerseys, nobody would care about them. You know that?
I think if you put the Vegas team in Carolina Hurricanes jerseys, I wouldn't be able to tell you it's not the Canes.
Carolina
Yeah.
does not have a Jack Eichel. Simple as that.
I honestly am I'm not saying Jack Eichel's not nothing. I'm not saying that.
Yeah.
I'm just not as
Dang
high
right
on Jack
you're not
Eichel.
saying that.
I'm just not as high on Jack Eichel as
Me.
the rest of the field,
Yeah.
personally.
Look, Jack Eichel has a hater in me forever.
He's sweet.
He's too cute. He ain't built like that. He's a stud. He can make some really great plays, but when the going gets going,
He won a
Jack
Stanley
Eichel
Cup.
gets
that's
gone.
right. Yeah. As a Stanley Cup winner, yeah, for sure. No,
Yeah.
No, 100%.
Yeah, no, that's a pussy boy right there.
Yeah, that cup.
Yeah, he lets those girl nuts hang on the
That
ice.
number one seed winning a Stanley Cup, yeah. No, definitely sweet. I'm with you. Yeah.
As an owner of a Sheenus knows Sheenus.
Uh-huh. You think so?
Yes.
All right.
on my life,
Go. Where's Jack Hughes' shoulder? Get out of here.
on everything, Kaprizov's the best player in this series.
Facts.
Without a doubt in my mind.
I have no
Guy's
qualms.
unreal.
I have no qualms with that.
Guy's unreal.
Yeah, he's unbelievable.
I love Matt Boldy.
Yeah.
That's my guy.
Mm-hmm.
Real deal, actually, like my take on this is just that Eichel's actually more hurt than we think he is, or that we know he is.
It's possible.
I mean, he didn't show up for the last 7 games, 8 games, 10 games
Yeah.
of the regular season. Looked like hell. Wasn't really involved in much play driving. Was
Mhm.
taking a very auxiliary role. And he's kind of still doing that. I don't see him attacking like he usually does. I don't see him driving in for battles. Like, he's kind of just playing prevent.
Yeah.
And that's also just preventing him from doing a ton.
Yeah, that's fair.
Sorry, Jay.
I just feel like I conformed and picked Vegas. And I'm just upset with myself.
Look, it's hard not to pick Vegas. Like, I'm not going to judge you for doing it because that's like taking the Bolts last year, the year prior, the year prior, the year prior. Like,
Yeah.
they're just a
Yeah.
good team. It's like taking Florida.
Yeah.
They're just a really good team. It's so easy to just look at them, look at how the Wild played, especially without their top 3.
Yeah.
And you have to remember that that top 3 is only on the ice for a third of the game.
Yeah.
Like,
But they're the difference makers.
and they've been difference makers
They've been
in
the
a big
difference
way.
makers.
The NBA 82 game grind is done, and now the real fun begins. The NBA playoffs are here, and it's time for all the high stakes drama, clutch moments, and jaw dropping plays. I can't wait. If you're looking to make the playoffs even more exciting, DraftKings Sportsbook has you covered as an official sports betting partner of the NBA. Try placing a bet on your favorite player's performance. Will they drop 30 points, 40, or more? It's your call. Here's something special for the first timers. New DraftKings customers bet $5 to get $200 in bonus bets instantly. Make it a playoff run to remember with DraftKings. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use code THPN. That's code THPN for new customers to get $200 in bonus bets when you bet just $5. Only on DraftKings, the crown is yours.
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. In New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. In Connecticut, help is available for problem gambling. Call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. Please play responsibly. On behalf of Boot Hill Casino and Resort in Kansas, 21 and over. Age and eligibility varies by jurisdiction. Void in New Hampshire, Oregon, and Ontario. Bonus bets expire 168 hours after issuance. For additional terms and responsible gaming resources, see dkng.co/ftball. NFL Plus premium offer available only to new and former NFL Plus subscribers. Additional NFL Plus premium terms at nfl.com/terms.
Yeah, I'm with you. I really did believe in Vegas. Because I think I like Vegas more than like actually most people like Vegas. I feel like people don't actually like Vegas; they just pick Vegas.
I can't stand Vegas.
That's what I'm saying. They're just
Yeah.
more merchants.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah. I actually I actually still like their group, so like I'm not like beating myself up, but I for sure. If it were a coin flip, I think I'd have it as a weighted coin flip in Minnesota's favor to win this series. You know what I mean? Like, just like slightly weighted towards Minnesota because they've looked much better than Vegas has.
Yeah, I
It
mean,
should be a good finish though.
the only thing I've seen is that Vegas knows how to play meaner than Minnesota. So barring
Yeah, that's
Minnesota
true.
actually suffers an injury to the blue line
Mm-hmm.
or to the top six, because they just got back and we know how often that happens,
Indeed.
I have to agree. It feels like a weighted coin flip, but it still has an asterisk of this could go anyway.
quick fun fact.
Yeah.
If this series goes 7, Game 7 will be on Saturday. So the next time that we talk, this series will be over.
Oh wow. Okay, good to know.
Wow.
So it's going to be an interesting week.
It will be an interesting week indeed.
I think I had mini in 6. I'm still standing on it.
You did have many in 6, indeed.
Hell yeah.
Let's move on to the most fraudulent series in hockey.
Oh man, this hour has 62 seconds. The Dallas Stars are frauds.
Indeed, they have held the lead. They've held the lead for a total of 62 seconds in this series, and it's tied 2-2.
Disgusting.
I'm still feeling very confident. Colorado, they've addressed, in their acquisitions this year, a lot of the things that kind of holds them back up against Dallas traditionally, like how Dallas wants that game to be a lot tighter than Colorado wants it to be.
100%. Colorado thrives off of opening up.
And so far it's worked out. However, I'm still very, very, very confident in Colorado taking this series. Jay said last night that if Colorado had gone down 3-1 last night, he still would have been confident.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. I don't believe in this Stars team. Everything that I've seen has affirmed everything I said last episode.
Yeah.
The Hall of very good but not good enough. Just forget about it. Forget about the Stars. They've led for 62 seconds. What are we even talking about here? The series shouldn't be 2-2. And with any stretch of the imagination, it should have been a sweep already.
Colorado's going to win this series. Gabriel Landeskog.
Oh, buddy. The return is
Wow.
complete.
He is back. He is suited up, and he has a goal at home in front of the fans in a blowout win. I mean, it wasn't a blowout yet at that point. That was the third goal, I believe. Wow. Wow, 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 wow.
Wow, indeed. And I also want to just call back to that 62 second stat.
Yeah.
Because that stat was confirmed at the end of game 3.
Yes, exactly.
They played another 60 goddamn minutes without adding a second to that total.
Well, they didn't add a goal at all, so.
And they pulled Ottinger
They did.
after letting in 3 goals on 31 shots after the second. But here's my thing.
Yeah.
He has to be hurt, right? Because there's no way that you can just look at a goalie who's let in 3 on 30. You let 31 shots on net in 2 periods and you're going to blame it on the goalie? Get fucked. If that guy's not hurt, if you guys just start rolling Casey DeSmith and I still see Ottinger on the bench, I'm going to be pissed.
I mean, yeah, I would imagine he is,
And
but maybe not that hurt.
to level onto that,
Yeah.
if he is hurt, done. The series is wrapped. Forget about it. Casey
You
DeSmith
don't
is
believe in Casey
not.
DeSmith?
He's not doing it. As much as I love to bug the shit out of Jay,
Stick
he's
talk legend.
not doing it.
No.
I just want it to be on the record that the Stars collapse completely aligns with when the Stars decided to play Casey 50% of the games. The whole year Ottinger was playing damn near every night. They give this muff Casey start every other night. Now they're just
it's worth noting. I'll give you that. It's worth noting.
Bad aura.
I'm actually really perplexed by this. By them pulling Andre though. Like, is that just them giving up on the game? And it's like, all right, just get some rest. All you.
But that doesn't
The
even
only-
make sense because it was only a 3-goal game.
The only reason I could possibly think of that is either he was somewhat hurt, or he had like a meltdown in the room and the coach benched him.
I mean, I'd probably have a meltdown too. What the hell are y'all doing? You just made me face 31 shots in 2 periods. What is this? Double A? Get your shit together. Holy
All right.
goddamn shit.
Bench trail too.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm loud in the locker room. I'll tell it how it is. God damn it! But like, what
Yeah.
are we doing here? Unless this guy pulled his groin or got absolutely mucked in a play I didn't see.
I mean, it could. Well, no, it could have been anything, right? It could have been back spasms or something that's
I-
just gonna take you out for the night, kind of thing. You know?
Either way, the Stars started to put doubt in my mind.
Mm.
I started to go, you know what? They might be able to bullshit their way out of this.
Yeah.
They might be able to somehow win a series with only 5 minutes of lead time.
Yeah.
And then I saw that they took him out.
Yeah.
And I was like, you know what? No,
Frauds.
this is over. This is so done.
It is. I want to circle back around on Landeskog really quick.
Please
because
do,
It's
'cause-
so special that he's returned. I think it's so unbelievable that he looks like a top 6 player
After 3 years?
after 3 years. Like, the only players that have missed that long and come back were players that left for World War II.
Yeah. That's crazy.
That's unbelievable. And for him to come back and like he looks like there's a little bit of rust there, but he looks like he missed like 3 months.
No, 100%. He looks like he just had like a pull, a strain,
Like a
a hairline fracture in the foot. Like he looks a little ginger,
sure.
but
But he looks great.
yeah,
Real top 6 contributions from him.
and his game sense hasn't left at all.
No, not
Normally you see a little bit of rust in the game sense too. No, this guy's getting all the right places. And did you see him mixing it up in game 1 too?
Yeah, oh yeah.
He's mixing it up behind the Stars net,
Yeah.
ate a couple shots and just
Yeah.
grinned at the guy and said, "Nah, I love it. I love it. I miss this."
Did you see the mic'd up?
No.
Yeah, it was nice to see, him his from the first game back for him. Mic'd up. Him and Jamie Benn have a little thing. Ben gives him the welcome back, man.
Oh yeah,
Uh,
I did see that actually.
Yeah, it was good to see.
Yeah, that was so amazing. And like the ref coming over.
Yeah.
You're still
You're
here?
Still here?
You haven't retired yet? Yeah, what do you mean? What else am I gonna do?
Yeah.
I'm just like you, dog.
Yeah, Colorado in 6.
I'm still so firm on that. I'm standing with it. The only reason that I'm glad the Stars have managed to bullshit their way this far is because it makes my Avs in 6 take perfect.
Jay.
Yep.
Yeah.
Moving on.
Jets. So
Ba-bum-ba-bum.
Blues are humming right now. I mean, we got game 4 on. Jets are up 2-1 in the series, but they are not up 2-1 in this game. They're down 4-1. This has been the 3rd best series in my eyes. Been loving watching it.
Behind what?
Number 2 has been Panthers Bolts.
Okay.
Cap.
Sure.
And
I'll buy
number
it.
1 has been easily LA Edmonton.
Which we'll get to. And
What did you say, Jay?
I said Cap. This series has been way better than the Battle of Florida. Battle of Florida's been a bit of a snoozer. I didn't say that at the time,
Interesting.
but no, this series has been way better.
look,
It might be better than the Florida one.
the Battle of Florida has been a snoozer for me, but only because I don't give a shit about those two teams. I genuinely don't. Like I whatever.
I really love the performances have been better in this Winnipeg series. However, I've really hated watching Hellebuck just like have every allegation come back up against him. But like the Panthers one, there's just so much more like storyline there for me, and that I care a lot about that.
100%. And
Yeah.
speaking of storylines, I'm almost 100% certain I forgot to bring this up in our playoff preview episode. But this series is a rematch of the goaltender duel from the Four Nations, and goddamn, it's been a
Hellebuck
gooder.
versus Bennington, indeed.
Been
And it has been a gooder. right off the bat, like that was like one of was it the first night of the playoffs that they played?
Yeah.
Yep.
It was, and that game right in the first period was bang, 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 2-2 out the gate. It's been a heater. The Jets got to find a way to win this series, I would imagine. But like, it's not gonna be easy. If I was picking right now,
I mean, watching this game, everything I said about the whole this is the series with the biggest asterisks, it's
Yeah.
resurfacing.
yeah,
I feel like that frickin' meme from the World War II guy with the bombs going off in the background. Like I just feel the Winnipeg trauma surging through the
Yeah.
screen right now.
Yeah.
I don't know how I feel about them going home.
right?
I don't know, man.
I know.
That's tough. Like, this hasn't been that close of a game. The Blues have been in their perimeter, in their kitchen. There's been nothing but defensive collapses. They can't get set up in the zone. And look, like Kyrou, Shen, Bolduc,
Oh my God.
bang. There's another one.
St. Louis just scored
Bushnevich,
5-1.
Pareko. Like, these guys are playing. All
Yeah.
of the guys that I mentioned 3 episodes ago when we were doing could the Blues actually be the LA Kings? Could the Blues be the Blues again?
Nah,
Could this be 2012? Could this be 2019?
yeah. I know.
I'm kind of scared now because
See. I don't think that there's anything I want more than a Blues Kings series. We're not gonna get it.
oh
come on.
no. And there goes
And they're
Helly.
yanking Helly.
Oh, the Helly goes down.
For the record, who's called it?
Definitely somebody around here.
I'd like
Yeah,
to take that.
That sounds familiar. That sounds like a familiar take.
If only someone would have brought this up over the last 8 months, once or twice, that this might happen.
Yeah, that quadruple T stat is something nasty.
Anyways,
Tico's
damn it, Winnipeg! What the hell is wrong with you?
twine tickling timeline holds true.
That's right, twine tickling timeline. Yeah, no, the Jets are cooked.
I disagree.
Yeah.
I mean, I picked the Jets in 7, and I'm honestly sticking by it. I think the home team's gonna win every game this series.
Bold.
Interesting.
Honestly, yeah, I believe it.
I don't know. I think that there's too much stock that gets put into like blowout games.
Yeah.
Like I think Winnipeg's gonna win Game 5.
Yeah.
I thought that if Winnipeg lost this game like 2-1, or if they lose it 5-1, I still think they're gonna win Game 5.
I like that.
I actually like the outlook of them winning Game 5 a lot more
Me
now
too.
that Helly's been pulled. Give him the last period off. Rest that dude. Let him get reset. Because he's a gamer. He's going to show up and probably throw up a 940 the next game, 930. That's just what he does. That's what those goalies
Yeah.
do. And that's
Yeah.
what makes them so damn good.
Yeah, I still at the end of the day, I'm still happy about my pick in this series for the Jets. I think I had Jets in 6 as well,
I think I did too. And I'm standing in it.
but I still think like long term this Jets team is cooked. They're not going on a run here.
No, they're not winning the cup. They might be able to sneak one out here, but this is also confirming a lot of my concerns about the Jets for a long-term run either way.
I mean it though. I would a St. Louis Blues LA Kings series would be some old school hockey stuff right there.
Yeah,
That series would be fast. It'd be heavy.
I'm about to say some dumb shit, but I would love to see the Wild play the Blues. I don't
Yeah,
know.
I'd love to see that too.
I feel like that series
That
would
would be
just
gas.
Yeah,
that would-
that series would be gas.
that'd be so sick. Would it be the best quality of play? God no. But
Imagine like saying that during our season previews when both of us just relentlessly shit on those two teams.
yeah, yeah. You know what?
Relentlessly. I
My
should say.
taste in the Wild has changed drastically over the last 82 games. I'm
Mine's
not going to
changed.
front.
And the Blues for me, honestly. I mean, they they don't look directionless anymore.
No,
And they did at the beginning of the season.
yeah,
Not just like on paper, in their play.
100%. And even
Yeah.
when I was hypothetically making a case for them just to fill some space and
Sure.
be nonsensical, I watched it back when I was editing our reels and posting them, and I was like,
Yeah.
you know what? Like, there's actually some validity here. There's actually enough parallels to the teams that we were like mentioning.
Yeah.
I could kind of see it.
Yeah, 100%.
You got some surging rookies.
Yep.
You've got a vet goalie.
Yep.
Who's still under 30. He's under 30, right? Or is he 31 now?
31.
Okay. Wow. My autism is autisming. That was almost
go.
impressive.
Oh
I have approximate knowledge of most things.
Approximate knowledge, yeah.
But yeah, I mean, you have Bolduc. He's been looking fine. He hasn't been scoring the way that you see a lot of the other guys in those examples, but he's played his role. He hasn't been exploited. Their D looks fantastic. All of their forwards are forwarding.
Mm-hmm.
Like, Kairu's been sensational. Neighbors has been sensational. Bushnevich has been better than he's been all season. I'm not going to give him any flowers and be like, this guy's amazing, because he still looks like hell compared to where he was 4 years ago.
Yeah, I agree.
But this team's inspired me.
Yeah,
I think they're going to have a very nice year next year.
for sure.
And
Uh,
those offer sheets, before we pivot into the LA and Edmonton series,
yeah.
I didn't think they would shape out quite like this.
Yeah. Yeah,
But-
I mean, Edmonton got cooked on that one.
I mean,
We
the
talked.
Blues
yeah.
have to be the best run franchise this season, right? I mean, picking up on Holloway, Broberg, exploiting Edmonton, cooking them completely, and then cooking Boston 3 months later.
Yeah.
Like, come on, man.
Yeah, I'll
The
give you that. I'll
turnaround
give you
with
that.
Montgomery coming in behind the bench too. Like,
Yeah. No,
that's
I'm with you.
that's some clean work on front office. So
LA Edmonton has been an absolute heater.
okay, so we're done with the
Unbelievable
Jets,
stuff.
right?
Huh?
We're done with the Jets.
Oh yeah. Oh, very much
Jets
so.
in 6. Jonesy,
Jets in 7.
Tico.
Whatever my original take was, I think it was Jets in 6. I'm
Sweet.
riding with
We're
it.
standing on business.
LA up 2-1 on the Edmonton Oilers. Ha ha. I'm sorry. I'm so happy about this. This one, I'm so happy about. Calvin Pickard comes in and they're all like, oh, yeah, the savior. The savior. No, you know what? In the last calendar year, like really since last trade deadline, so many goaltenders have moved in this league. It's shocking, right? Jake Allen, Jacob Markstrom, Mackenzie Blackwood, Scott Wedgwood, Stolars, I believe.
Yep.
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah, because he was with Florida.
The,
No, Lyon was with Florida.
the-
Lyon moved too, though, and he's with Detroit,
yeah,
and he's been great.
the fact that Edmonton did not address this, they deserve it. They deserve it. They deserve this. Good night. Connor McDavid, let me be very clear, does not deserve this.
No.
However, the Edmonton Oilers organization and that rapist making the moves deserves it.
Bingo, and thank you for calling it out. Speaking of rapists making moves, I just want to highlight how goddamn pissed off I am at the Anaheim Ducks for interviewing Joel Quenneville. Fuck you. You are the reason that hockey is the way it is. You're the reason why this sport is the way it is. You're the reason why the next bullet point that we're going to get to is here and happening and will continue to happen. Unfortunately, knock on wood, because no one ever deserves this shit, but you guys actively go out and try to employ people that full out support rapists and pedophiles, and fuck you for that. Quack on that, you stupid ass. I hope you have another 15 years of fucking failure. I hope you never get rid of Gibson. I'm a McTavish fantasy owner, and honestly, I hope he gets sick of y'all and leaves, because this is insane. I can't believe Joel Quenneville's ever getting another sniff at this league, and I can't believe that Yahoo is in office for Edmonton either. F you.
Amen. Yeah, I couldn't agree more with that.
Also, coach's challenge. I really wanted to bring this up from the LA game.
Yeah,
How
you were
goddamn
upset
dumb.
about that.
How goddamn dumb do you have to be? And I'm not very
Yeah.
critical on coaches. I'm not a hockey genius. I'm not like the most elite hockey mind out there.
Yeah.
I couldn't draw you up a game plan to make a team succeed. I'm
Sure.
sorry. But I understand strategy enough to know that you got a good team. You let in the tying goal with 8 minutes left in the third.
Mm-hmm.
And instead of telling your team, that's cool, I believe in you, we got this, you could have just taken the timeout and moved on.
Yeah.
Just because you took the timeout to look at the footage a little longer to be sure of your coach's challenge
Yeah.
doesn't mean you gotta.
Yeah.
But instead, you throw it up on a call that's been a 50-50 toss-up literally all year. Even the best hockey minds in the world are going, I don't even really know what goalie interference is, because it's really just up to the person in Toronto calling the play at that exact moment and the call that was ruled on the ice.
Indeed.
You can never figure it out. And I've seen way more flagrant plays be left on the board.
Yeah.
So you're going to go and challenge this after burning your timeout with 8 minutes left to give up a power play so that Edmonton can score 20 seconds later. And that was the game.
That was the game.
That was
Indeed.
an entire... That was you stepping on the cigarette. You could have relit it. It went out. The cigarette was out. But you could have relit it.
Yeah, I feel you.
And instead you threw it on the ground and stomped out the rest of it.
I thought it was close enough to challenge.
I don't.
As soon as I saw the puck go in the net, that first replay, I was like, that's challengeable.
When I saw the first replay, I said maybe. But then I saw it in real time when it wasn't broken down to a tenth of a second.
Yeah.
Not a fucking chance.
But that's not what Toronto's looking at.
It reminded me so much of the challenge that was made by the U20 Team Canada team.
Yeah.
In the sense that even if you fully believe in that, the call on the ice was a goal.
Yeah.
And those calls have been so 50-50.
On overturning.
It, like, if it was a call on the ice and they were challenging for the goal on the opposite end, I'd still think it's dumb.
Yeah. I get that.
I think that's just one of those things that as a coach you have to leave alone.
Yeah.
It's-
I'm with you.
It's not something you're ever going to be 100% on.
Also, that's like, it would be dumb, but I think it's more understandable if you were Edmonton challenging that it was a goal because you're down.
Yeah.
Right.
At least
for
you can
LA,
take that risk.
That's going to be a tie game. Yeah. You got to believe you can get that goal still.
Yeah, and what that tells me, if I'm a player on the ice for LA, is you don't believe in us. You don't believe that we can get the fifth goal. We just gave up the fourth, and you're going, oh, we need to burn our time out so that we can figure out if we can challenge this. I'm still unsure, but we need to challenge this, because if this stands, then I think that's the game. Well, now okay.
And it was.
I actually disagree with that completely.
Yeah.
I think that it says that, like, they believe that if that goal didn't happen, it gets reversed, then they weren't letting up another one. They'd win.
I agree with that.
But
Like, I don't know. It's just, I don't think that actually says anything.
I just think that when you give Connor McDavid and Leon Draisaitl 2 minutes of free ice, bad shit's bound to happen every time. It's just basic math. 2 + 2 is 4, and those guys are demons. Giving them
thought that
2
was
minutes of
close
free
enough to be
space is
challengeable.
stupid.
I thought it was close enough to be challengeable.
I just don't think you make those calls in the playoffs. Maybe if you're going down a playoff stretch, if you're in game 72, 75, you want the extra 2 points for positioning, sure, I could see it. That's fine. But when every game could be your last game,
yeah,
I don't think that puts you in the best position to win. It's strategically not wise. Either way, LA in 5, still stand in it. Or was it LA in 6?
I don't know.
Whatever the hell I said, I stand in it.
I got LA and some, whatever I got them in. I'm down.
It's still LA in 5.
All right. Couple things on the docket here. One piece of news, just because, it's happening. We should report on it. Hockey Canada trial did get underway. About time on that. We have all the players pleading not guilty. Then a weird kind of thing in the midst of it. A mistrial got declared. Not actually. People hear that and they think, oh, not actually a big deal. They're just trying to make sure all the ducks are in a row. I'm pretty sure, right?
Yeah, and I mean, like with a story that's this like news driven and
Yeah.
such a high profile case.
Yeah.
Yeah, the jury heard something they weren't supposed to.
Yeah.
And it's just like it happens with a lot of these massive trials.
And it's a good thing, right? You want to make sure that there's no reason that they can go back and relitigate this case, right?
100%, because you don't want to be drumming up these interviews, emotions, feelings, traumas for the victim
Again.
more than you have to.
Yeah,
Again.
exactly. Yeah.
Like this was already settled, and I want to address the biggest thing I've seen online, which is, oh, they're just gouging for money. No. There was already a settlement reached. This was pushed by the London police because they found out about it, and it was a big freaking issue.
Yeah.
They broke the law, and now they have to be held accountable. That has nothing to do with the victim. That has to do with it being so obvious and such a massive cover-up that the police felt they had to act on it.
Yeah, this is a Crown case. It's no one's getting sued here.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It's not like this is just to drum out another unmentioned settlement.
Yes. Yeah.
Hockey Canada's already paid all of your children's scholarship and whatever money that you paid for your league dues and your team dues and everything else. It went to cover that.
Yeah.
You should be pissed.
Absolutely.
Because I am.
Yeah.
I'm furious about it still.
Yeah.
I don't really want to touch on this too much.
No, we'll just keep an eye on it as it goes, of course. But yeah.
The whole thing's messy. The whole thing, just like I said earlier about Quenneville and Bowman, it just leaves such a sour, awful taste in my mouth, down to my core. I just hate this.
So then let's get to something fun instead.
Please.
PWHL is coming to Vancouver.
Oh, buddy, it's a shocker. I was standing on 10 toes digging into the dirt going, it's not coming west this quick.
Nope.
The travel's too expensive.
Yep.
It's not going to happen.
Yep.
They found a way to make it happen.
They found a way to make it happen. Awesome, awesome stuff. They will be playing at the Pacific Coliseum, the old Canucks barn. I love the Coliseum. It's a great piece of Vancouver history. Great arena. Very, very excited about this. This is awesome for Vancouver. It's awesome for women's sports. It's awesome for the league. Let's go. Now they just have to draft Chloe because she's sick.
I've heard.
Yeah.
I've heard. I haven't seen. I'm not going to lie. I'm mad unfamiliar with the prospects in the women's divisions.
I am too. But, in Canucks land, they've been talking about her already because she's from North Vancouver. Left-handed defenseman. Her favorite player is Quinn Hughes. And she's sick. So, I mean, you should just get her to Vancouver.
Yeah. Whatever you got to do to rig that draft.
Yeah.
Pull some Adam Silver stuff.
Exactly.
Make it happen.
Make it happen. Yeah, so that's killer. Awesome stuff to see.
100%. And I just wanted to say, like, I've seen a few job postings for the PWHL already.
Yeah.
And I'm just so thrilled about what I'm seeing from the sport because the director of branding and hockey ops sponsorship deals,
Some role.
Some role.
Yeah.
It's a director role.
Yeah.
Their starting salary is $150K upwards to $180K.
Means there's some money in the league.
That means there's some money in the league, and they're steadfast in paying, because you would have to imagine that this league, they're going to be hiring a majority women.
Sure.
Like cast, crew, front office, back office, equipment staff. That's just it's a league for women by women.
Yeah.
All the men are invited.
Of course.
Hop off. We'd love to see you there.
Yeah.
But it's for women by women, and they're hiring a lot of predominant women.
Yeah.
And that makes me really happy to see that they're opening their pockets in that kind of way.
Yeah.
That other pro leagues would.
Sure.
And they're paying the women the same salary that the men would make at that level.
Right. Yeah.
Because I'm sour with hockey. I've seen
Yeah.
I've seen what some people make in some offices.
Yeah.
I thought this was going to come around like the 75 to 90K mark,
Sure.
respectfully.
Yeah.
Seeing that they're willing to pay a director for such an important role, 150K plus.
Yeah.
So nice to see.
It is. It's good.
And while we're highlighting women in sport, I want to give a shout out to, I believe she's the AGM or Assistant VP of Hockey Ops for the Devils.
Yeah.
She's going to be interviewing for the GM role.
In New York.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that's awesome.
And isn't that just so exciting to see?
Yeah, no doubt.
Wow.
Yeah, we're I mean, like, look, with the last point we talked about, obviously is a long road to go still, but it's nice to see some movement.
Yeah, a lot of glaring issues in hockey, but a lot of really, really amazing, beautiful stories if you
Yeah.
look for them.
Yeah, for
And
sure.
we're making progress. We're making change.
100%.
And I'm so excited to see the P come to Vancouver.
Yeah.
The
Hell
old
yeah.
barn, so much history.
Oh yeah.
I'm excited to see what they do with those jerseys. I'm excited to see what they do with the branding and the rollout. We know they're going to take their time.
I
but
really hope it's good because, like, honestly, the PWHL, they did not cook in the East.
No, they did not. Aside from Montreal, I will say
I
the
like
Victoire,
Montreal. Yeah.
Those jerseys are.
Yeah, they're gas.
I need one.
Yeah, hopefully Vancouver does it right. I've been hearing Valkyries. Been hearing what was the other one I heard? I think I heard like Vipers or something. The alliteration thing. We'll see what happens.
I'm big on alliteration. I hate the Vipers though because we have so many ball hockey teams based out of here already that run off the Vipers. It just seems a
then
little
that
bit
can't
like
happen.
it just seems a little like Bush League.
Yeah, it does seem a little Bush League.
Seems like a
I
beer
agree.
league name, you know?
It does. It does. It sounds like I feel like I've run into like 400 Vancouver Vipers EASHL teams.
Exactly.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
just kind of lame at this point. It's
Yeah.
overdone. Give us something sick, meaningful,
Yeah.
and from the community.
I agree.
We don't have Vipers out here. I don't know what to tell you.
No, we don't. Just like they don't have Grizzlies in Memphis.
Oh, there you go.
On that note, we're gonna get out of here. We'll be back next week. Some of these series will be wrapped up. I think most of them will be wrapped up. And I'm very, very, very much looking forward to it. It's gonna be a phenomenal week of hockey. Thank you all for listening once again. Always appreciate it. And yeah.
Yeah. Once again, we had some tough issues to talk about this one,
Sure.
but this was an overall fun as shit episode.
Playoffs.
Super excited to see where it goes from here.
Yep.
A lot of conclusions coming next week. And
yep.
I got a shout out. We're going to give a shout out from our Instagram side.
Yeah.
We're going to give a shout out to Carly Shifley.
All right.
Appreciate you. Always tuning in, always replying to posts,
Mhm.
replying to stories,
Mhm.
tuning in weekly. So shout out to you.
Yeah.
Very, very dope. And we'll have more shout outs to come because we've kind of been dropping the ball on that. It's a new thing. Give us some grace on that one.
Yeah, factual. Yeah, 100%. As always, I'm your host, Tico. This is my co-host.
I'm yours truly.
Over there, we got our producer.
Producer Jet.
Keep your dang head up, y'all.
Keep your head up.
Boom.
Boom.
Stick talk. Stick talk. Stick talk. Stick talk. Stick talk. Stick talk.